Today, we're making old fashions. And when you're making old fashions, you're going to need the right equipment. So I'll go over a couple different bar tools that you're going to want, and you'll be able to use them forever. So let's start with a good bar knife. So you always want to start with a good bar knife. Make sure it's sharp. Make sure it's stainless steel. So I use this K Sabatier. It's a paring knife, stainless steel. I've had it for years. It doesn't rust and it holds up well in the bar. So you're going to need a bar spoon. You're going to need a shaker, a muddler, and then you're going to need your ingredients for your cocktail. So number one important thing when you're making cocktails is the temperature. So you're going to want cold glasses. You're going to want big ice cubes. You're going to want your drink just to be perfect the whole way through. So when I first learned how to make an old fashioned, I was taught that it should taste the exact same from beginning to end. So the way you get that is you got to have a cold cocktail and you got to have it muddled. So let's start with a cold glass. So when you're making your old fashioned, just get the glass you're going to put it in, put any type of ice in it, and just have it sitting there. Your glass is going to stay cold. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is get your shaker that you're going to muddle in. So you can muddle in a shaker. You can muddle in a regular glass. A lot of people make an old fashioned in the same glass that you drink it in. I like to shake them. So let's go. I get your orange, put it in the bottom of your shaker, and get your muddler. From here, you're going to want to muddle your ingredients. So I use classic bitters and I use an orange bitters. So give 3 shakes of each. Here's your orange bitters. 3 shakes. From here, you're going to want to put in your bourbon, which is 2 ounces of bourbon. So get yourself a nice jigger. This jigger has 2 different measuring sides. You're going to want to do a full 2 ounces. I using Maker's Mark here. Just want to use a higher strength whiskey or bourbon so it can hold up to the whiskey old fashioned. So now that you got your bourbon in there and your orange, you want to muddle that, and you want to muddle it pretty good, more than you would think. So give it a good 20, 30 seconds of muddling. It's going to release all those oils in that orange. It's going to mix with the bourbon, and it's going to create great flavor. So once you're done muddling, you want to add the rest of your ingredients, which my secret ingredient for an old fashioned is some Grand Marnier. So here is the Grand Marnier. So Grand Marnier is an orange liqueur, just gives it that little something special that your friends are going to say, "Oh, what the heck's he doing there?" So I will add a half an ounce of Grand Marnier. And then all old fashions, they're going to have a sweetener. So your sweetener is going to be, I use part cherry juice and part simple syrup. If you don't use the cherry juice, you're going to need to use more simple syrup. So I like my old fashions just a little bit of sweet. So I put 1 bar spoon of cherry juice, and then I'll put 1 bar spoon of simple syrup. I make this myself. It's just 50% sugar, 50% water. Heat it over the stove, reduce it. Okay, once you get all of your ingredients into the shaker, now you're going to want to add your ice. And now here's another tip of mine for making a good cocktail is use large ice cubes. The small ice cubes melt and they water your drink down. So the bigger the ice cubes you could use in your shaker, the better. So you're going to want to use 6 or 7 ice cubes, about 3/4 of the way with ice. And then you're going to want to shake your cocktail. So once you have your cocktail shaken, there's a few more steps you're going to want to do to finish your old fashioned, and you're ready to go. So you're going to want to get your glass that's been chilling in ice, and you're going to want to get rid of that ice and just throw it in the sink, discard it. Your cup is nice and cold. And then you're going to want to get some large ice cubes for your glass. Here I got some large ice cubes that I already had pre-made. I'll put them in my glass. You could do one, you could do two, but you want to make sure that they're large ice cubes. So from here, you got your cocktail made, you got it chilled, and you're going to want to strain into your glass. And to finish it off, you always want to use fresh citrus. You're going to want to get a nice peel. I like to use my bar knife for this. You can use like a potato peeler. You're going to get your peel of orange and you're going to squeeze those oils out right into your glass. So you're going to pinch it and these oils are going to be going right into the top of your glass here. And then you want to get that orange on the peel side and you want to spin it around. Okay, that gets it right on the edge of that glass. And with every sip, you're going to taste those orange oils. So you put that orange peel right in there. You're going to want to finish it with a nice cocktail cherry. I get these at Walmart. Don't use the maraschino cherries. You definitely want to get the cocktail cherries. And from there, I put a little piece of dehydrated orange I make myself, and you got yourself a nice cocktail. So check it out. More recipes to come.